Hi again, it's Manal, and I wanted to talk to you guys about why I decided not to fight cancer. Back in October, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, and it was stage 2B, which is the more aggressive form. And right from the beginning, when the doctor first told me, I just was like, very calm, and I just said to her, okay, so what do we do next? And she was kind of like searching my face, like looking for, like a reaction, and I really didn't have one. And it wasn't, out of denial or anything like that. It was more out of, okay, so now I know what this is, because I had been in pain for about 3 months straight before being diagnosed. And it was like, okay, so, what do we do now? And early on, I just knew that I didn't want to take on this energy of fighting, because I was always seeing some really like aggressive terminology when it came to cancer, like fighting it or beating it, or sometimes they have different like card decals and stuff like that that say like F cancer and all of that. And I didn't want to take on this angry stance towards it because I really felt that, and it might have been because I was in pain for so long before being diagnosed and I had that time maybe to process, but I was approaching it from a totally different angle. I was curious was one of the things, and I just would ask myself, what is this pain here to teach me? Why is this here? What message does it have for me? And so, by the time I had gotten diagnosed, it was just a continuation of that relationship, because fighting and beating and aggressive terminology or swear words, they carry with it anger. They carry with it a very they carry with it an energy that I didn't want to have. I knew that I wanted to conserve my energy, for healing, really, and I didn't want to use up my energy fighting, because when you think of fighting or you think of beating something, there's this rush of anger, there's this rush of adrenaline, there's this like constant battle, and I didn't want to be in that space when I was trying to recover from cancer. For me, I talk about it in terms of being on a journey with cancer, of being in a relationship with cancer, cancer being a visitor or a guest, and it takes on a totally different energy when you speak about it that way. And it just goes to show, like, language, because language is so powerful. And so I wanted to use words and terminology that really reflected the way that I wanted to have this experience. I couldn't wish cancer away. I'm not just gonna just one day, figure that it'll, disappear the next day. I do believe in miracles, and at the same time, I believe in practicality, and, I believe in seeking cures for, different conditions. And for me, I really wanted to look at it as, that cancer came to me and showed up in my body for a reason. It showed up as a visitor, whether welcome or unwelcome. It showed up as a visitor in my body, in my home, and I began to have a relationship with it. And so I would do meditation, I would do visualizations where I would actually go in and I would ask the pain, or I would ask the tumors, what message do you have for me today? Or what message are you here to teach me? Or what are you trying to tell me? And, the mind is so powerful that, when you ask it certain questions, it can't help but answer. It searches for answers for you. And so, I found it very beneficial. I found that I was getting a lot of answers. One of the things that showed up was, my tumors telling me, let other people help you. And after, I've been divorced now for 2 years, and I've been a single mom of 4, and I do everything on my own. I'm just a very independent woman. I just go about my life and I just do my own thing. And so it was interesting to see that I was getting this message, to let other people help you. And that is something that I have struggled with, throughout my life, was asking for help. I didn't really feel that I needed help. And at the same time, we don't have to do everything alone, right? Like, even if it isn't that difficult for you, or if it isn't that much of a challenge, it's okay to let other people help you. And so, throughout the journey, I would ask at different times, the messages would change, but again, I didn't want to go into it thinking I need to fight this thing, I need to beat this thing, I need to eradicated, or whatever other, words that other people might use. And it's not right or wrong. It's not that my way is right and other people's is wrong. This is just the experience that I wanted to have. And, perhaps it'll serve other people who are looking for another way, or who do want to look at it in a different way, or who want to change their mindset because, as a lot of people will tell you, positive thinking is half of the battle, right? Like it's half of, your healing process really is your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. And if you can just, change it with something simple like changing your language, it can help you, in your healing journey. So I just wanted to share that little bit with you. I hope it's supportive, and I would love to hear from you in your comments. Like, how did you go through, difficult times? Perhaps it was a cancer diagnosis, or perhaps it was some other challenge where you decided to look at it in a different way, or use words that, maybe aren't as common, with other people who are going through something similar. And if you'd like to hear more, if you'd like to learn more, hear some more of my stories and tips, just go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.